Welcome to Candidly Creative. I'm Ilani.
And I'm Lisa.
This is where we connect with people, their ideas, and passions through conversations. Hi there. Welcome to yet another edition of Candidly Creative. I'm Ilani.
I'm Lisa.
Now, so today is going to be interesting. We'll be talking to Shufitri Muhammad Shukardi. Okay, now Fitri works as a digital content manager at Kakiseni Junior, where his responsibility would be to feel the pulse of the art scene and practices. He is also a multidisciplinary artist with background in theater and a self-taught artist. Well, anyway, so Kakiseni Jr., we'll find out from him what Kakiseni Jr. is all about. So let's bring Fitri in. It's good seeing you. So I guess let's start from the beginning. I know we can't talk about Kakiseni Jr. without touching on Kakiseni itself and how that kind of evolved also to to be Kakiseni Junior. So let's start from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to know about Kakiseni, right? So Kakiseni started off in 2001 as, when there's no Facebook, there's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, during that time when there's no social media. So we have all these forums and kakiseni.com was the place to be, talking about the arts and, whatever practices of, the art scene and show reviews and whatever that they want to know lah about the Malaysian arts. And then that is founded by Kathy Rolland and Jenny Daniels. And somewhere in 2009, 2008, they wanted to go to a different direction. So our president now, Lau Ngayan, she turned it into a non-profit. So we're now a Persatuan Kakiseni. Yeah. And so that's where we are more, on ground. We do festivals and we do outreach programs for underprivileged communities or arts communities. So we're all about audience development and artist development as well.
And so we're talking with you. You are do you take care both of Kakiseni and Kakiseni Junior, or just concentrating on the junior part?
It's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, I do. For me, I handle all the Kakiseni digital content.
Okay.
It's kakiseni.com, kakiseni.org, and kakisenijunior.com. Yeah.
So yeah, we got involved with Kakiseni, obviously, to Kakiseni Junior. So and pretty much aware, with the whole when Kakiseni was around, you're so right. There wasn't any Facebook. That was the go-to guide. You kind of have to every week you kind of type what's going on. So we were real users of the site
Right.
as well. That's how much you can tell our age, right? But yeah, how about Kaki Junior? How did that came about?
So when we had our office in when we had our office in BJ, we would usually get calls from people to. I also get calls saying, "Oh, do you do art classes?" And I said, "No, we unfortunately we don't. We're not artists, So we are, the bridge." Since we get a lot of those calls, so we feel that there is a demand. So this is way before the pandemic, So when the pandemic came, we talked to Yayasan Saim Dabi. We were constantly trying to figure out how to make Kakiseni Junior happen, after all, after 3 or 4 years. So after 3 or 4 years, we found that Yes and Samdabi is interested to be a part of to support Kakiseni Junior, the development of Kakiseni Junior, the .com, the website. So we were very happy that they wanted to be a part of this and support this project. And from there, I think somewhere in 2021, we started to develop the website. We started talking to our programmer to develop the website, and by um, April, we already see like the 70% of it, and in come June, it's already ready to be. It's ready lah.
So you're talking June 2021, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, June 2021. We launched it. We had a soft launch in June 2021 online. But last Monday we finally did a physical launch. Yeah.
Okay. So when you say like, you get phone calls, asking whether there are classes. So do they specifically say, what kind of classes they're looking for? I'm just curious, is it more speech and drama, say, or like painting? So is there quite a specific interest in a certain area from?
It's quite
what you see.
very it's a variety, they want like, oh, do you have a wine critic class, do you have a theater class, do you have like a painting class? So it's a different kind of phone call, a different kind of art form that they request.
So not one specific would be like,
not one
okay,
specific.
So it's
So it's
basically
parents and teachers, so it's parents, schools, or teachers or event organizers trying to find all these, kinds of classes for their kids. Yeah.
right. So that was exactly what I was gonna ask you. So it was more of like parents and teachers trying to find the resources to get the kids to kind of be involved still, like in the midst of all the craziness, right?
Yeah, and they don't have all these contacts for artists, we feel that we are responsible, or we want to connect more people with artists. We want to have artists to share their craft as well,
So what kind of programs do you have now? I think so you are in the midst of like, how do you get people interested to be on the platform? And I guess people want to know what kind of arts they can find on the platform.
It's in 2021, we've been receiving a lot of signups to be a service provider on the website. But these days we've been getting more classes in terms of, actually it's a variety of classes. We have our visual arts, like a sketching class, which is like kind of therapeutic, and we have a singing class, and this week we're having Infinity is having their boot camp opening. They opened their boot camp this weekend, and we also have you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're touching on it. Our session is on March 17th. So the next session is on March 17th. So
what are the age groups of kids? Like you have different programs, right? So what are the age groups we're talking about?
Actually, Kakiseni Junior is for everyone. I would go to the classes as well. Sometimes I want to go to this vocal class, or I want to go to this,
So it's okay for the adults as well, yeah? Not the junior
okay
is
for
just
adults
like,
too.
okay.
The junior is like,
junior at heart, maybe?
yeah,
junior at heart, of course. Yes.
Okay, that's really good to know. So I guess when parents check it out as well, if they like something, they can.
Yeah. Most of the time, the parents will be joining the classes as well, which is very nice. It's a way for them to spend time with their kids.
And that's Great.
I mean, that's what we want for our classes as
yeah,
well. You know,
right.
we just
Yeah.
love it when like parents together, so it gets it's more fun that way. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
So, are you looking? Are you still on scouting more different providers to add on
Yeah,
to
of
the
course.
website?
We're
Yeah.
we're always on the lookout for people who want to, put their classes in. I think it's a way for them to, generate income. Other than that, I do feel that artists really want to share their knowledge. Yeah.
That's
Share what
true.
That's
they,
true.
yeah.
But you just don't know.
Mm.
Sometimes you're right. You just don't know where, where to go, who to reach out to when when it
Yeah.
happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess that is a good segue to the question in terms of, so if the vendors, if the providers are interested, so what
Mm.
would they have to do? Like what would their process be? How did they get in touch
Mm.
with you? Yeah.
Uh, for us, it's
Yeah.
we are just you can find Kakiseni, you can find Kakiseni Junior anywhere. You could just send us a DM and we'll be happy to walk you through the process. And if you are like um a new you know in, new in educating
Mhm.
arts education, so probably we are happy to just bounce ideas with you, and maybe you could do a trial class so we could check you out. How do you teach, because and then if we want to go in further to betul-betul like teaching, then you will receive feedback from parents or teachers or the kids themselves, which is it's for their growth as well lah. Mm.
So, yeah, talking about arts, right? So you are an artist yourself,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although we haven't seen, yeah, it'd be nice to see what you've been up to. But what's your take on like especially the pandemic, like what arts and since we're talking about junior, I guess we concentrate on children.
Right.
On kids, like what are the importance, I guess, on art in your opinion?
Yeah. I mean, in relation to children,
Yeah.
how do you see the benefits or the need for for arts
Mm.
right
I
now?
mean, I think
Excuse me.
this is me also generalizing all ages. Art is
Yeah,
always
yeah.
about art is always about making sense of the world. I always, it's like making sense of the world, making sense of yourself, making sense of the relationship that you have with other people, making, your role in this world, and I feel that it's always important for you to like, reflect on that.
Mhm.
And the arts, especially for kids at a younger age, is really important for them to discover those things, so that when they get older they would maybe, oh, I'm interested in this because or this has taught me doing this has taught me this, at a very young age. So when they get older, they would already have like, oh, a better sense of self, maybe. Yeah.
So I couldn't agree with you more. I know that's where I stand on that.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
and
you're right.
also it's expressing themselves. So it's when they express themselves, it's you let it out.
Right.
It's just for them to understand the self, or maybe the parents will understand the kids more.
So are some of the classes are most of the classes still via Zoom or they're like physical classes at the moment?
Most of the classes are on Zoom
On Zoom.
because parents would want to, they're still quite careful.
Mhm.
But
Right.
some classes like I know that there's a class with Jadi Batik. Jadi Batik has a class at their venue. Yeah, so it's really nice to see, because throughout this whole, since the launch, we only see online classes, and now things are opening up.
Right.
We would
Yeah.
have on ground class, which is very nice. Yeah.
That'd be like pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice. I think even like when we were part of the launch that we got to see the kids, I think last month, right? That was like it's so different, like doing it on Zoom and like meeting
Yeah.
kids. And I think you got a better idea of like what we do as well when you actually physically, see us working with all the kids. So it's
Yeah.
just, everything about it is just different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, like with when we had the Artisan Haven Art Attack at Seed, it was really nice to see, I was like walking around from one room to another and see what
Right.
everyone's doing. It was really nice to, oh, I haven't felt like this for a long time, seeing all these kids making
Exactly.
art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
Exactly.
it is interesting, like, that was probably one of our early first
What the
event
first
in a while,
event?
while
That was
when
the
we
first
went
event in a
out,
while.
right?
We went
So
out.
and then we went out with the kids, the energy is so different, and then you remember, oh, this is how interaction, how people have interaction, right? Like even with
Yeah.
other adults there as well. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like you kind of like miss that whole experience. And
I know. Yeah.
it's a bit surreal. You don't think it's that important. I mean, not that
Mhm.
you don't think you miss it that much, right? But when you sort of like meet
Yeah.
people, you start working with the kids, you're like, oh my gosh, this is what we haven't been doing for at least 2 years. So yeah.
Yeah,
was
especially during COVID, right? During COVID, it has been very hard for artists to go to
Yes.
schools. And
Yeah.
throughout the years that Kakiseni has been Kakiseni, we're always trying to find reasons to go to schools.
Right.
But the pandemic has, it has been stopping us to go to schools, especially public schools.
Mhm.
Even now we couldn't go to schools. Yeah. But with private schools, we have to count them with, the school lah.
Yeah, correct. But we were checking the Kakiseni site listing. So some things are up, right? Like there are some shows that's already like running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
It's a busy month actually for I was at Kelpat yesterday, and I was talking to one of their marketing people. Like she told me March is a busy month for them. Every week there's a show.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see all of them. Most of them, I guess. I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, hopefully I think it's nice to see, people going out and just like
Yeah,
starting,
it's nice
picking
to
up.
see, yeah, especially for the artists to be able
Yes.
to perform and do their thing,
They've been hit hard, like, they can't do much. And so
Totally.
definitely.
right.
So yeah, we're hoping,
Mm.
like, things will definitely, get better with that. So,
Step by step.
so anything
Inshallah,
else you want to
yeah.
share about Kakiseni Junior or Kakiseni in general? Any other extra
Um,
information?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
I think we're always trying to make the website better for artists to put in their classes, making it easier for them to manage it there, as well as the parents and teachers to check out the classes and book the
Mhm.
classes there. And
Mhm.
always we want to put in as many classes as possible, so
Right.
we could give them a lot of choices, see how rich Malaysia arts is. And also in the future we would want to collaborate more. It's always about collaboration, and it's always about finding reasons to go to schools. And we want to do maybe like a club Kakiseni Junior at school, at public
Ooh.
schools.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we're kind of working. So inshallah we could achieve that working with MOE. So when we were talking with MOE, they were like, "Oh my God, it's so excited!" But it's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we would be able to do
Okay.
it lah.
Is that is
Inshallah.
that is that the mission of Kakiseni then, to be like in schools, like in every schools?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So because if we're in school, the artists will be in schools. So yeah.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, kids need to, I mean, to the arts, like we need to instill, you know.
You don't have to tell me twice about how important I feel arts education is, you know, to kids. So
Mhm.
I'm all for it.
Okay, so obviously for people who don't know, it is kakisenijunior.com, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
go
Yeah.
visit www.kakisenijunior.com. We'll put the link in the description below for all you guys.
And
Okay.
it's kakiseni.com, right? For all the
Yeah. For all the events.
non-juniors.
Non-juniors, yeah. I think we have also kids shows there also. If you
Right,
want
right.
to go there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That'd be great for them to check it out. And again, that creative session will be on March 17th. That is an online Zoom. So if you're interested,
Go check it out. Go to the website and check it out. And there are other classes too.
yeah, check out other classes as well.
Check out other classes as well.
Yeah, and yeah, I think we've covered, like, yeah, we just wanted to know a bit more about Kakiseni. I think we've covered what we need to cover for today.
And
Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I think we covered a
and I
lot
know
of
from
things.
our
Yeah.
end, we so look forward to just collaborating, you know, more collaborations together with, you know, Kakiseni Junior and doing art attacks, you know, everywhere.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's thank you so much for being on kakisenijunior.com and putting your classes there. We really appreciate it so much.
No, and we appreciate you guys, and that's the honest truth.
All right.
Thank you
all
so
right. So
much.
thank you so
Thank
much for your
you.
time.
Yeah.
So we hope to see
Thank
you
you.
in any near future event or something, right?
Inshallah. Yeah, totally.
Inshallah. Okay, take care.
You take
Take
care.
care.
See you soon. Thanks, Shufitri.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed that little conversation with Shufitri from Kakiseni Junior, finding out the wonderful things that they're up to. Just a friendly reminder, do visit them at www.kakiseni.com for listings of art scenes in Malaysia, and kakisenijunior.com for classes that are available out there. And Creative does have a session on March 17th and other wonderful classes that you, so please do check them out, right? I think I'm quite sure that's about wrap things up over here. So thank you very much for joining us.
Until next time.
I'm Ilani.
I'm Lisa.
Be real, be fearless. Bye.